Welcome back. Here is my first entry in my Marvel-inspired manicures. We are working with Moon Knight, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. And we're starting off, I've already removed my nail polish from the last manicure. I've buffed and shaped my nails. I actually remembered to put on the UNT peel-off base coat this time, which a fat lot of good that did me because I didn't put a base coat of gel underneath that, which is kind of necessary to have it work the way you want it to. It needs a shiny surface. It needs a smooth surface to be able to peel away. And I put it directly on my buffed nails. And so when I went to do my new manicure tonight, it didn't pop off at all. I had to file down below that layer, but I digress. We're going to be doing the Moon Knight manicure. I did two different variations. The one in this video is a somewhat lighter mood using bright whites and I don't even know what you call it. The color that I used is by let me find it. By Vivid Glam. It is not here. It is called Love Letters. And it's kind of like a taupey off-white. I have that on my forefinger and my pinky, I believe. And, sorry, on my middle finger and my pinky. On my forefinger, I have, not Milkmaid. I'm not doing well here already. It is not by Vivid Glam. It is, I am unprepared. It is Innocence from West Coast Dips. So, and then I wanted to do some marbling to kind of imitate the night sky. If any of you have watched the series so far, in the third episode, at the end they're turning back the night sky, and you get this very galaxy purpley blue black tone, as if you're looking off into the Milky Way. So I wanted to try to achieve that, and I didn't quite get the look that I was going for as I knock everything over on the table. But I did actually really love the manicure. I thought it turned out beautifully. It just really wasn't what I was going for, which is why there's going to be a part 2 to this video in which I do get the darker tones. I have a steel gray on my pointer finger and tones of black on my middle and my pinky, and then I have the darker night sky with deep purples and blues and stars on my thumb and ring finger. But that will be the next video. Right now, I'm working with dips by Vivid Glam, by Miss Florida Nails. I'm also using Double Dip and West Coast Dips. And I had the idea to take some of the Lightning Crashes Glow Powder by Secret Sisters, but I couldn't really figure out a way to work it in that wouldn't just make the manicure look messy in regular light versus in darkness. So I decided to leave that out. And I'm just doing a standard dip process on most of my other nails using dip liquids. And I think what I'm going to actually start, I did in this upcoming video, I started using different dip liquids by Maniboss, because my Amazon dip liquids are running low, and I'm starting to have a bit of a problem with cross-contamination, even though I wipe my brushes off after each use and in between touching my nail and the powders and everything. It's still starting to get a little touch and go, and I'm starting to have problems with it. So I'm moving on to new dip liquids, and Maniboss is one of the better brands out there that I've used in my limited experience. Anyway, so what I'm doing right now is I'm following a technique that I've seen Melissa do from Melissa's Manis. She uses a plastic spoon, but I didn't happen to have any. And while it worked to varying degrees, I did have a lot of trouble getting my nail in all the way without wasting a lot of powder, which I didn't want to do. But basically, you lay down your base color and then you sprinkle in your accent colors, and you can either leave the pattern as is and dip into it, or you can use a water marbling tool, which is just I use it for cleaning around my cuticles. It's a fine pointed metal tipped implement. You can use it to swirl the powder around and create more designs, which I did sometimes, and other times I believe I left it as is. But I'm taking different shades of purple, blue, white with sparkles, black or gray with glitter, and I'm just layering it in. I'm using a swatch swatch stick to layer in the colors. And on my left hand, I put down a base color first. I didn't do that on my right hand, and I found out that I liked it better without the base color down. You may see, you may not, in the video that I ended up with a slight border of the darker color around the edge of my thumbnail, which I didn't really like. But you get the design that you like in the spoon, you put your base coat down, and then you lay your finger into it. And the pattern, theoretically, the pattern that you create in the powder will be transferred to the nail that you choose to dip into it. And then you could layer it up however many times you want to achieve the look that you're going for. I did 2 in this manicure. In the video tomorrow, I did 3. And yeah, so I'm going to let you watch this. I'm going to play some music in the background, and I will come back in later. Alright, so I'm just putting some activator on so that I don't ruin the nails when I go in to do my right hand. But after I put the activator on, I was looking at my hand and I decided that I really wanted a bit more sparkle. So I went in and I grabbed Taylor by West Coast Dips and I attempted to sprinkle that on top in an artistic way that didn't quite end up so artistic. It ended up clumping in along the cuticle. But I managed to spread it out, and once I put the base coat on top and then the top coat over that, it actually looked very good. Alright, so now we're going to go into some stamping. This is a stamping plate by Maniology. It has some moon and moon iconography and Egyptian iconography to a certain extent with some pyramids, and we're going to, or I'm going to put that on my thumb and my ring finger. Now I've had varying success with stamping before. For whatever reason, I seem to have problems getting it to pick up onto the jelly roller, and I'm just using a lint roller right now to pick up any dried paint or any lint that's on the jelly stamper. And I'm going to go in with some white stamping polish and cover the moon completely, because when I've done it halfway before, as people have said to, I've never gotten a clean swipe. So I'm going to pick it up with my jelly stamper, and since it has the telescopic view on the other side, I'm able to just look through it and place it on my nail where I want it to be. There were a few spots that didn't quite pick up, so I'm just taking some paint that was left on the palette and trying to put it down onto the jelly stamper. So as I mentioned before, I had quite a bit of trouble getting the stamping to pick up on the jelly stamper. And there you can see my reflection in it. And I am quite aggravated at this point. I think I spent 20 minutes trying to get one image onto my nail. And the moon that's on my thumb right now, I ended up taking off and trying something else, and it wasn't working. I even took out a few different stamping plates, see if I had other designs that were a little bit better defined, and I ended up back with the same stamping plate that I had, because it was the only one that really had the designs that I was looking for. So I switched to a different design. If you look in the middle on the bottom row, there's a double pyramid motif with a moon below it. And by some miracle of the gods, I managed to get it on my thumbs in this manicure. In the manicure that you will see tomorrow, it took me 45 minutes of fighting with it to get the darned image on my nails. And I think I'm at the point where I never want to do stamping again. But I'm sure the masochist that I am, I will go back to it and try to lock that in and make it work a little bit better each time that I do it. Can't take that away. And here is the manicure. As I said, it was a little bit lighter in tone than what I was looking for. The effects that I got, I really enjoyed. For my first time doing dip powder marbling, I think it came out amazingly. I got great depth of color. It really did look somewhat like a night sky with the swirls of different colors and the sparkle, the stars, and it just really wasn't the mood I was going for, considering it was a moon night manicure, and felt it needed to be a bit darker in tone and a little bit more atmospheric. But that will be for the next video, which we'll post sometime tonight, Saturday, February 23rd. February. Oh my God, I'm going backwards in time. April 23rd. And that's all. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a like and a comment down below if you have any comments, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions for upcoming videos, if there are any Marvel movies you want me to tackle. I'm going to pretty much be doing them in order of release, with Doctor Strange being the next one that I do, and Thor after that. But definitely give me a like and a follow, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.